After World War II, Japan was a nation in complete ruins. Cities were leveled, industries had collapsed, and millions of people were just struggling to survive. Yet, within a few decades, Japan didn't just recover. It soared to become the second largest economy in the world. This is the incredible story of one of the greatest economic miracles in modern history. Let's rewind to 1945. Japan's economy wasn't just damaged. It was practically non-existent. Over half of its industrial capacity had been wiped out. Factories stood silent, transportation networks were shattered, and resources were incredibly scarce. Most international experts looked at the devastation and concluded that Japan would probably never recover. But Japan was about to prove the entire world wrong. So, how did they do it? The first and perhaps most crucial factor was the mindset of the Japanese people. There was a powerful, shared belief that rebuilding the nation was their personal responsibility. This wasn't just a government slogan, it was a deeply held conviction. People worked longer hours, often for lower wages, and embraced a culture of discipline and productivity. The idea of contributing to the nation's growth became a core part of daily life, a collective mission that united everyone. Next, there was the unexpected support from the United States. During the Cold War, America saw a stable and prosperous Japan as a key strategic ally in Asia against the spread of communism. The U.S. provided significant financial aid, technical expertise, and, crucially, access to its massive market. But here's the smart part. Japan didn't just become dependent on this aid. Instead, they used it strategically, investing every dollar into rebuilding industries, constructing modern factories, and acquiring new technology. It was a springboard, not a crutch. By the 1950s, Japan had developed a powerful and unique industrial strategy. The government, private companies, and major banks all worked together, synchronized towards a single, overarching goal: rapid economic growth. This synergy became known as the Japanese development model. The government would identify promising industries and provide low-interest loans. Banks, in turn, would fund ambitious, long-term expansion projects for these companies. And the companies themselves focused on reinvesting their profits back into growth and innovation, rather than distributing them as dividends to shareholders. This created a powerful cycle of investment and expansion that fueled the economy at an incredible rate. Japan also made a brilliant strategic decision. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, they focused on mastering and improving existing foreign technology. Japanese companies actively imported machinery and product designs from the West. They would then reverse engineer them, figure out how they worked, and find ingenious ways to make them better, more efficient, and cheaper to produce. The world soon began to see that Japan wasn't just imitating, it was innovating through improvement. This philosophy allowed them to leapfrog decades of research and development. By the time the 1960s rolled around, Japan had zeroed in on two key sectors that would define its future: automobiles and electronics. This is when companies we all know today, like Toyota, Honda, Sony, and Panasonic, began to emerge on the global stage. Their core philosophy was revolutionary at the time: build products with unmatched reliability. They obsessed over quality control. Their goal was to create things that rarely failed and were built to last. While many Western companies were competing on style and marketing, Japanese companies were competing and winning on quality. Another secret weapon in Japan's arsenal was the concept of Kaizen. This translates to continuous improvement. It wasn't a top-down corporate mandate. It was a philosophy that empowered every single worker, from the factory floor to the executive suite. Everyone was encouraged to find small, incremental ways to improve their part of the production process every single day. A tiny adjustment here, a slight change there. Individually, these changes were small, but when combined across an entire company and over many years, they added up to massive gains in productivity and efficiency. Waste was eliminated, quality soared, and Japanese manufacturing became the gold standard for efficiency worldwide. Then, in the 1970s, a major crisis hit the globe that tested every nation's resilience. The 1973 oil shock sent energy prices skyrocketing, causing economic chaos in many countries. For a nation like Japan, which imports almost all of its oil, this could have been a catastrophe. But instead of collapsing, Japan adapted. They pivoted with incredible speed, doubling down on energy efficiency. They invested heavily in developing smaller, more fuel-efficient cars, advanced electronics that consumed less power, and innovative fuel-saving technologies. While other economies struggled, Japan's market share in these new, efficient products grew. The crisis, paradoxically, became a massive opportunity. By the 1980s, the transformation was complete. Japan had arrived as an undisputed economic superpower. Its products didn't just compete in global markets, they dominated them. Japanese cars were outselling American cars in the United States. Japanese electronics, from Walkmans to televisions, became standard fixtures in households all over the world. The nation's economy was officially the second largest on the planet, trailing only the United States. This was the peak of the Japanese economic miracle. This economic success also had a profound cultural impact. The Japanese management style, with its focus on teamwork, loyalty, and long-term thinking, became a global phenomenon. Business schools and corporations worldwide began studying Japan's manufacturing techniques, trying to decode the secrets to their incredible productivity, discipline, and innovation. The world wasn't just buying Japanese products. It was trying to learn from the Japanese way of doing things. Of course, no boom lasts forever. Japan's explosive growth eventually slowed in the 1990s, a period often called the lost decade, due to the bursting of a massive financial bubble and long-term demographic challenges like an aging population. But even through these tougher times, Japan's core strengths, its technological prowess, its culture of innovation, and its manufacturing excellence have ensured that it remains a powerful and influential global economy. To this day, Japan is a world leader in automotive engineering, robotics, high-tech, industrial machinery, and countless other advanced fields. Ultimately, the story of Japan's rise is so much more than just a lesson in economics. It's a powerful testament to resilience, the strength of national unity, the importance of a long-term strategy, and an unwavering commitment to constant improvement. It's the story of how a country that was reduced to rubble became a global powerhouse. Not through natural resources, but through the power of its human resources and its collective mindset. Japan showed the world that even in the most hopeless of situations, a nation can rebuild, reinvent itself, and rise higher than ever before. And that journey, from devastation to dominance, continues to inspire people all over the world today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world. See you in the next one.